Hey friend, welcome to the BotBuhdy AI report. Today we've got a packed show for you. OpenAI's Ultrafast mode, GPT 5.6 Sol at 14x speed on Cerebras chips, ChatGPT ads, go global, 5 new countries, 1 in 4 commercial prompts. Apple is paying publishers to feed the new Siri. Price war, cheap Chinese models force OpenAI and Anthropic to slash prices. And finally, Pixel 11 launches Tensor G6 and Gemini everywhere. Let's get into it.
OpenAI just hit the nitrous button. They're previewing a new AI service tier called Ultrafast, and it runs their most powerful model, GPT 5.6 Sol, up to 14 times faster than standard processing. We're talking up to 750 output tokens per second. That's frontier-level intelligence responding at speeds that feel basically instant. But here's the part that should make Nvidia nervous. Ultrafast isn't powered by Nvidia GPUs. It runs on Cerebras, those massive wafer-scale chips that keep 44 gigabytes of memory right on the silicon, so the model never gets stuck waiting on memory bandwidth. Think about what this unlocks: real-time coding assistants that keep up with your thoughts, voice agents with zero awkward pauses, autonomous agents that chew through multi-step tasks in seconds instead of minutes. Speed isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's the product. And OpenAI publicly running its flagship model on non-Nvidia silicon? That's a message. The inference market is officially up for grabs, and the biggest name in AI just showed everyone there's another way to go fast.
All right, I will be honest, I was a little skeptical when I first saw this one. But hear me out.
Remember when OpenAI said ads in ChatGPT would be tasteful and rare? Well, the rollout just went global. OpenAI is expanding its ad test to 5 more countries: the United Kingdom, Mexico, Brazil, Japan, and South Korea. If you're on the free tier or the $8 a month Go plan, sponsored placements are coming to your conversations. And this isn't a toe in the water anymore. Advertisers can now run campaigns optimized for actual conversions, sales, signups, with a full ads manager tracking impressions, clicks, click-through rates, and cost per conversion. That's not an experiment. That's a Google-style ads machine being assembled in broad daylight. Here's the stat that jumps out. An independent study found ChatGPT is already showing ads on roughly 1 in every 4 commercial prompts. 1 in 4. Back in January, the pitch was that ads would never influence answers and would stay out of the way. 7 months later, the ad load is climbing and the machine is scaling to 5 new markets. With OpenAI sitting on a valuation north of $800 billion and IPO chatter getting louder, the message is clear. The free ride is ending and your attention is the product.
Now, this is impressive. Seriously, take a look at what they pulled off.
Apple is doing something almost nobody else in AI has done: pulling out the checkbook before taking the content. According to the Wall Street Journal, Apple is in talks to pay news publishers to license their journalism, feeding the new AI-powered Siri with current news and real-time information. This stacks on top of Apple's blockbuster deal to run the new Siri on Google's Gemini models, expected to ship next year. So picture the pipeline. Google supplies the brain, publishers supply the fresh facts, and Apple supplies 1 billion iPhones as the distribution channel. Now compare that to how the rest of the industry got here. OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, all of them trained on scraped content and spent years in court over it. Apple, fashionably late to the AI party as always, is trying to buy its way to a clean, licensed answer machine. And for publishers, this might be the first genuinely good AI deal on the table. Instead of watching chatbots strip mine their reporting for free, they get recurring checks from the richest company on earth. If Siri becomes how iPhone users consume news, being inside that pipeline is the whole ballgame.
Wow. Okay, so that just happened. This next one really blew my mind.
A full-blown price war just broke out at the top of the AI industry, and it wasn't started in San Francisco. The Financial Times reports OpenAI and Anthropic are slashing prices and rushing out cheaper models because inexpensive Chinese open-weight models are winning over American developers on American soil. Reuters ran the numbers on one new low-cost Chinese model and found it catching up with the frontier labs on their home turf. And it gets more pointed. Bloomberg reports that AI, one of China's hottest labs, is upgrading its flagship model with one explicit goal: Catching OpenAI and Anthropic in coding. That's not a random target. Coding is the single most lucrative workload in AI. It's the engine behind Anthropic's enterprise business and a huge chunk of OpenAI's API revenue. Here's why this matters for the money. Those trillion-dollar ambitions in Silicon Valley are built on fat API margins. But when a developer can get 95% of the performance for a tenth of the price and download the weights for free, those margins stop being a moat and start being a bounty. The price cuts tell you everything. The labs aren't dismissing the threat anymore. They're responding to it.
Ha, okay, I was not expecting that. This next one is actually pretty funny.
Google just dropped the Pixel 11 lineup. The Pixel 11, the 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro XL. And the real headline isn't the hardware. It's what the hardware exists to deliver. The phones run on Google's new Tensor G6 chip, custom silicon designed from the ground up to run AI workloads on device. The designs are thinner, the cameras got their usual upgrade, but every marquee feature is Gemini. Take Magic Capture, fire off a burst of photos, and the AI automatically picks the optimal frames. Best expressions, sharpest focus, no more scrolling through 40 nearly identical shots. Gemini is woven deeper into the operating system than ever, handling everything from screening calls to summarizing whatever is on your screen. Step back and the strategy is obvious. The smartphone is no longer the product. It's the delivery vehicle for the assistant. Google controls the chip, the operating system, and the model, and that vertical stack is the pitch. If you want the best AI experience, you buy Google hardware. And the irony is delicious. While Google fuses everything together, Apple's answer to all this, the reinvented Siri, will be powered under the hood by Gemini too. Either way, Google wins.
That's all for today, friend. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and hit subscribe. I will see you tomorrow with more AI news. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, leverage your intelligence.